Okay, we're good.
Okay, so I do this a little bit. Gets me flow. Takes some flow. In John chapter 8, there was a woman that was caught in adultery, and the religious leaders brought this woman to Jesus. And when they brought him to Jesus, they said, "Jesus, this woman was caught in adultery. Now the law of Moses says to condemn such women. What do you say?" And all these men were surrounding this woman with their stones, ready to stone her, ready to punish this girl with a sin that was punishable by death. And Jesus, being the perfect judge, the rightful one to judge her according to the sin, looks at her and says, "I do not condemn you. Go and sin no more." And this story reminds me of a story of when I was in Chile. In our 6-month discipleship school, we took our team to Chile for 3 months, and while we were in Chile, one of our skateboarders brought another skateboarder to Christ. His name was Sebastian. And Sebastian loved the message of the gospel. He loved the message of forgiveness and the grace that Jesus offers. He loved it so much that there was one night when we had a church service, and Sebastian rode his bike 15 hours just to hear the message of Jesus. And I remember on the last day, one of the last days of our time in Chile, we had a thing called debrief where our students would talk about things that they didn't like or what they liked and just how God moved through them. And Sebastian came to join us on that last day. And at the end of our meeting, we prayed and we're getting ready to dismiss them for the rest of the day. And Sebastian raised his hands. And he's like, "Can I say something?" And his eyes begin to water, and he begins to tell us about how he struggles with the fact that Jesus offers this forgiveness. He's like, "I don't understand how God can love me. I don't understand how Jesus can love me when I've committed this sin." And he said the guilt was weighing him down for so many years, and he was wanting to take his own life. And he was like, "And I don't understand how Jesus can love me so much and forgive me for what I've done." And so just like in that story where that woman was caught in adultery, Sebastian stood in the center of a bunch of men guilty of this sin. But just like Jesus, we surrounded him and said, "You are not condemned by this sin. You are forgiven. You are loved. You are a child of God." He was able to have this new start, and he finally got to realize that he was not his past sin. He was not condemned by this sin. The story of Sebastian has completely changed my life. And now Sebastian's here in LA doing our 6-month discipleship training school. And where are you going, China?
Yeah.
China?
Yeah.
And so if you want to say anything, go for it, man.
You have to give your life to God. It's for that I'm here, because I give my whole life to God. I'm a servant to God now. So I'm finding my purpose now for my life. And I know that I'm here living with Christian friends, and I know what is a community now. This is a common unity for work all together under the same love of God. And now I'm here in America.
And that's the love of Christ. We meet a skateboarder in Chile. We lead him to Christ. He comes to LA. He's getting discipled now. We're sending him to a nation to lead others to Christ. That is the beautiful thing about the redemption by the blood of Christ. And that same blood is offered to you. That same invitation to come into this new life is offered to you. So, yeah, that's the amazing thing. Thanks for watching. See you there.